A very good morning to all of you. I am Manita Malik, Assistant Professor in Doon Valley Institute of Pharmacy and Medicine, Karnal. Today I am here to discuss about the topic adulteration of crude drugs. In the previous lectures, we have discussed about the crude drugs, that is, what are the sources of the crude drugs, what are the classification of the crude drugs. Now it's time to check their adulteration, that is the purity, how pure your crude drug is. So the objectives of this lesson is what is adulteration. You all will be able to know about the what is adulteration, that is definition of adulteration, types of adulteration, their stages of adulteration, and the methods of adulteration. So here we are starting our topic, that is adulteration. Adulteration basically means milavat. Adulteration, it is a practice of substituting the original crude drug partially or fully. It means your drug is either replaced partially, means half, or fully with other substances which is either free from or inferior in the therapeutic and chemical properties. उन substances से ये आपका drug substitute means change किया जाता है जिनके पास या तो they are either free or inferior, means they have a less therapeutic and chemical properties, or they have none of them, like they are useless, but they superficially similar to their original crude drug. Or you can say addition of a low grade or spoiled drugs. Low grade and spoils means जो drugs आपकी खराब हो चुकी हैं, or entirely different drug similar to that of the original drug substituted with an intention of enhancement of profit. It means what is your intention? This is a intentional adulteration to maximize your profits or to enhance your profits, that your crude drugs are substituted with completely spoiled drugs or entirely different drugs which is only similar to the original drug superficially. And in third definition, you can say adulteration may also be defined as mixing or substituting the original drug material with other spurious, inferior, defective, spoiled, useless. See, spurious, inferior, defective, spoiled, and useless other parts of the same or the different plants. You can either use the same parts of the plant or the different parts, or the harmful substances also, or drugs which do not conform with the official standards. All these terms are comes under the practices of adulteration. Now, what is adulterant? Adulteration, you know, that is a मिलावट. And adulteration क्या होगा? Adulteration जिससे मिलावट की जाएगी, that is known as adulterant. So adulterant definition is this, that it is an adulterating substance or agent which is found within other substances such as food में, आपके cosmetics में, pharmaceuticals, fuels और other chemicals में जो भी पाया जाता है other than their main ingredient, that is known as adulterant. The adulterant, it may be harmful or it can also reduce the potency of your product, or it may be harmless also. It can be harmful or harmless also. So what do you think, what are the reasons for the adulteration? क्यों मिलावट की जाती है? तो the first point click in the mind is that to gain the profit. आपको अपना profit बढ़ाने के लिए, to get the more quantity, to fulfill the public demands in case of demand and supply, to fulfill the public demands. Sometimes it may be due to the confusion in vernacular names. Vernacular means the common names. Or sometimes it is due to the scarcity of the crude drugs. Scarcity means there is a कमी हो जाती है जब क्रूड ड्रग्स की मार्केट में, तब भी एडल्ट्रेशन करके उसका वॉल्यूम बढ़ाया जाता है. नेक्स्ट, दैट इज द लैक ऑफ नॉलेज अबाउट ऑथेंटिक सोर्सेज. ऑथेंटिक मींस genuine sources. Lack of knowledge, when you don't have the knowledge about the genuine sources from where you have to get the crude drugs. Then comes the unscientific collection. आपने कहाँ से collect किए, it also depends on the adulteration. And at the last, due to the high price of the crude drugs. हाई प्राइस जब होता है तो उसका प्राइस को कम करने के लिए एडल्ट्रेशन, एडल्ट्रेंट मिक्स कर दिए जाते हैं. So all these are the basic reasons for the adulteration. That is to gain the profit, to get the more quantity, आपको ज़्यादा quantity मिले कम पैसों में, to fulfill the public demands, confusion in the vernacular names due to the scarcity of the crude drugs, lack of knowledge, unscientific calculation, collection, sorry, and due to the high price of the crude drugs. So now comes the types of adulteration. Adulteration कितने types की होती है? Basically it is of two types. First one is the direct and second one is the indirect. Direct means it is the intentional, or you can also say it as a deliberate type of adulteration. इंटेंशनल और डेलिब्रेट मीन्स जानबूझ के की जाने वाली एडल्ट्रेशन, जानबूझ के जब की जाती है मिलावट, दैट इज नोन एज डेलिब्रेट एडल्ट्रेशन. These are normally commercial, mainly with the intention of enhancement of profits. जो जानबूझ के की जाती है एडल्ट्रेशन, दैट वो होती है आपके कमर्शियल लेवल पे विद द इंटेंशन, आपके माइंड में क्या होती है, टू एनहांसमेंट ऑफ द प्रॉफिट्स, ताकि आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा प्रॉफिट्स मिले. सेकेंड वन इज द इनडायरेक्ट और अनइंटेंशनल एडल्ट्रेशन, जो ड्यू टू आपकी अनइंटेंशनल मीन्स आप करना नहीं चाहते हो बट इनडायरेक्टली हो जाती है जब गलती से, दैट इज केयरलेसनेस की वजह से हो सकती है, आपकी इग्नोरेंस की वजह से हो सकती है. एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ इनडायरेक्ट एडल्ट्रेशन इज नॉट हार्मफुल. सो दिस आर द नॉर्मली नेचुरली अकरिंग, एक्सीडेंटल हो सकती है, नेचुरली अकरिंग हो सकती है, और इट इज ड्यू टू द carelessness or by the ignorance, and it is non harmful. So there are two types of adulteration. First one is direct and indirect. Next comes the what are the effects or what are the consequences of adulteration. आपने adulteration कर ली, कभी सोचा कि क्यों कही जाती है adulteration और उसके effects क्या हो सकते हैं? There are many effects. Adverse effects हो सकते हैं, means side effects, harmful effects हैं, and their levels varies from the mild means less to moderate means medium, and then to the very high level, that is the severe effects. From mild effects means that sometimes due to the adulteration there must be can be allergic reactions to someone, fatigue, gastrointestinal upset, your GI all tract can upset, mood disturbances can also occur, or there is a muscle weakness, weakness आ जाएगी आप में, nauseatic feeling होगी, then pain and respiratory complaints also. These all are comes under the mild symptoms. Then comes the moderate symptom. What is the moderate means? There is a sometime confusion in your minds, convulsions can also occur, dermatitis, skin allergy, convulsions means like of epilepsy, then lethargy or the seizures, then leukopenia, sensory disturbances also, you can not able to easily, blood vision हो सकती है आपकी, vomiting also. Then comes the severe symptoms are carcinomas, carcinomas, cancers, cerebral edema, coma, intracerebral hemorrhages, poisoning. Also there is a problem in the blood, metabolic acidosis, then multi-organ failure, nephrotoxicity, nephrons, then renal or the kidney failure, and even the death. These all are the life-threatening effects of adulteration. So these all are the effects. So guys, please, you don't involve in yourself, never in the adulteration. Then comes the adulteration stages. What are the stages and what are the conditions of adulteration? So basically, there are 6 or 7 stages of adulteration, and now we are starting with the very first one stage, that is the inferiority. Inferiority means that is it is a natural substandard condition. Substandard is below the standard drug. It is a natural substandard condition where a crop is taken whose natural constituent is below the minimum standard of the particular drug, which can be avoided by more careful selection of the plant material. Inferiority, it means basically you can collect here is substandard condition. Substandard means आपने जो आपने ड्रग आपकी चूज की है वो स्टैंडर्ड ड्रग नहीं है, क्योंकि उसके अंदर जो मेन एक्टिव कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट होने चाहिए वो उस लेवल पे नहीं मिलेंगे, तो आपने उस ड्रग को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया, दैट इज नोन एज सबस्टैंडर्ड, एंड इट कम्स अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ inferiority. Then comes the spoilage. Spoilage means खराब होना. That it is a substandard condition. ये कौन सी condition होगी? It is a substandard condition also, which is produced by the microbial or other pest infestation. It means in this condition, microbial attack. Due to the microbial attack, your drug is spoiled, and which makes the product unfit for the consumption. Which can be avoided. आप कैसे avoid कर सकते हो इसको? Just by careful attention to the drying and the storage condition, because spoilage is mostly occur at the time of the drying and storage condition in which microorganisms can grow. And that now the third condition is deterioration. Deterioration means also your खराब होना आपकी drug का. It is an impairment of the quality or the value of your drug or article due to the destruction or abstraction of valuable constituent by the bad treatment or the aging, or to the deliberate extraction of the constituents and sale of the residue as the original drug. Deterioration का मीन्स क्या है इसमें कि इम्पेयरमेंट हो रही है आपकी क्वालिटी की. कैसे कैसे हो रही है, क्या कंडीशन होती है? इसमें क्या करते हैं, या तो आपने जो एक्सट्रैक्शन था वो ठीक से नहीं किया है, या एजिंग मीन्स आपका जो क्रूड ड्रग है बहुत पुराना हो गया, उसमें एक्टिव कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट का क्वांटिटी बहुत ही कम हो गया है, या फिर ये क्या हो सकता है, डेलिब्रेट एक्सट्रैक्शन. डेलिब्रेट वी हैव डिस्कस अर्लियर, दैट इज इंटेंशनल. डेलिब्रेट मीन्स आपने जानबूझ के उसका जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स था उसको एक्सट्रैक्ट कर लिया और आपकी ड्रग इसमें एग्जॉस्ट हो गई है, एंड दैट यू हैव एक्सट्रैक्टेड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स earlier and you are selling at the other place the residue of the original drug. So it means your drug is now deteriorate. Next condition is, the fourth one is admixture. Admixture means addition of one article to the another through accident, through the ignorance or the carelessness. It means इसमें क्या होता है, आपका क्रूड ड्रग में जो आपको ड्रग चाहिए होता है उसके साथ साथ आपके उसी प्लांट के कुछ कलेक्शन करते हुए पार्ट्स एडमिक्सचर हो जाते हैं, मींस ऐड हो जाते हैं उसके अंदर. फॉर एग्जांपल द इंक्लूजन ऑफ सॉइल और एन अंडरग्राउंड ऑर्गन और द को कलेक्शन ऑफ द टू सिमिलर स्पीशीज. इट मींस आप जब फॉर एग्जांपल रूट्स को अपरूटिंग करने लगे हैं तो उसके साथ साथ सॉइल भी आ गया है, या आपको स्टेम्स चाहिए तो लिवरवर्ट्स कुछ और ऐड हो गया उसी प्लांट का. दैट इज नोन एज एडमिक्सचर. देन फिफ्थ वन इज द sophistication. What is sophistication? It is a deliberate addition. Deliberate means intentional of a spurious or inferior material. Inferior material का addition with the intent to defraud. Such materials are carefully produced and may appear at the first sight to be genuine. इसमें क्या होता है, ऐसा किया जाता है कि at a first sight, when you look at the first sight, you thought that it is a genuine drug, means original drug. For example, powdered ginger may be diluted with a starch with the addition of little coloring matter to give the correct shade of the yellow color. इसमें क्या किया जाता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम बता रहे हैं आपको कि पाउडर जिंजर ले लिया, अदरक का पाउडर लिया, उसको डाइल्यूट कर दिया जाता है स्टार्च के साथ और साथ में थोड़ा सा कलरिंग मैटर डाल देते हैं ताकि उसका जो कलर है वो एकदम से करेक्ट शेड दे जिंजर पाउडर की तरह, येलो कलर. सो इट इज नोन एज सोफिस्टिकेशन. ये बहुत ही केयरफुली किया जाता है, बहुत ध्यान से दिस टाइप ऑफ एडल्ट्रेशन इज डन. देन कम्स the substitution. Substitution means it is an addition of entirely different article in place of that which is required. For example, in this, supply of a cheap cottonseed oil in the place of olive oil, because these two types of oils are similar in their color, similar in their odor, and it is completely replaced, because olive oil, as you all know, it is very expensive, and by substitution method of adulteration, in this the olive oil is completely entirely replaced by the cheap cottonseed oil. So all these 6 stages are the of adulteration, like impurity, spoilage, deterioration, admixture, sophistication, and then substitution. And now we are discussing these all 6 stages with details with examples. So first one is the inferiority. As we have discussed earlier, means low quality or substandard drug. In this, there is a replacement with a substandard drug. Natural substandard condition where a crop is taken whose natural constituent is below the minimum standard of the particular drug. जितना आपका होना चाहिए था constituent उससे बिलो होता है नेचुरल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट जो उसमें होना चाहिए. देन एडल्ट्रेंट resembles the original crude drug morphologically, chemically, therapeutically, but are substandard in nature and cheaper in taste, cheaper in cost. इसमें क्या होता है, जो एडल्ट्रेंट है आपका, जो मिक्स किया जा रहा है, वो रिजेंबल करता है आपके कंप्लीटली ओरिजिनल ड्रग से. मॉर्फोलॉजिकली मींस उसकी मॉर्फोलॉजी सेम है एकदम, कलर, ऑर्डर, टेस्ट सब कुछ सेम होगा. देन केमिकली भी उसमें कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट भी हैं वो सेम. देन थेरेपेटिकली उनका इफेक्ट भी होता है, बट दे ऑल आर ऑफ सबस्टैंडर्ड इन नेचर एंड जस्ट बिकॉज दे आर यूज बिकॉज दे आर चीपर इन कॉस्ट, वो बहुत ही सस्ते होते हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स क्या है इसमें? Few of examples we have got it here. Strychnus nux vomica. This is the a standard species of nux vomica, that is the Strychnus nux vomica. It is adulterated with the Strychnus potatorum, which is the inferior quality of Strychnus potatorum. Strychnus nux vomica and Strychnus potatorum, both of these are similar. Then Indian senna adulterated with the Arabian senna. Third one is gingiber officinalis, that is your adrak adulterated with the Japanese ginger, which is inferior in quality. Then Solanum xanthocarpum adulterated with the Solanum mimosum. And all it can be avoided by the more careful selection of the plant material. अगर आप केयरफुली ध्यान से अपना सिलेक्शन करते हैं प्लांट मटेरियल का, तो आप इन्फ्योरिटी टाइप्स ऑफ एडल्ट्रेशन से बहुत इजीली बच सकते हैं. Here are the some pictures, like it is Strychnus nux vomica, which is a standard. This is substandard Strychnus potatorum. Then Indian senna with the Arabian senna, Gingiber officinalis with the Japanese ginger, Solanum xanthocarpum with the Solanum mimosum. The next category is the spoilage. Spoilage means this is a type of condition of adulteration in which there is a अटैक ऑफ माइक्रोब्स, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स की वजह से, अटैक की वजह से आपका जो ड्रग है वो खराब हो जाता है. सो इट इज अ सब स्टैंडर्ड कंडीशन प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय माइक्रोबियल और द अदर पेस्ट इन्फेस्टेशन which makes a drug unfit for the medicinal preparation. आप उस ड्रग को मेडिसिनल प्रिपरेशन में यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट इज अतिविषा, वत्सनभा एंड वचा. In it can be avoided by giving more careful attention to the drying and storage condition. These are the drug vacha before the spoilage attack and after the spoilage microorganism attack. This is ativisham, then spoiled. So vacha, what is vacha? It is a potent nopotropic herb, that is the Ayurvedic medicine which is useful in improving the memory and coordination. And second one is Ativisha. This is also an Ayurvedic drug which are basically used in the infants. It is a pediatric medicine. Next condition is the deterioration. Deterioration, what is deterioration? खराब होना आपकी ड्रग का deliberately, जानबूझ के जब किया जाता है. तो deliberate extraction of the constituents and the sale of the residue as the original drug. जो रेसिड्यू आपका बचा आपने वो अलग से सेल कर दिया एज द ओरिजिनल ड्रग. रेफर टू एनी इम्पेयरमेंट ऑफ द क्वालिटी वैल्यूएबल ड्रग ड्यू टू द डिस्ट्रक्शन और एब्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफ वैल्यूएबल constituent by some physical processes like extraction. And in this same drug is admixed, but that drug is devoid of medicinally active substance because that substance is already extracted. It has been already extracted. Example, which drugs are mostly common related with these stages, that is the deterioration. In this there comes the volatile oil containing drugs like the fennel, soap, clove, long and the coriander. These are adulterated by this method. This is cumin, cinnamon, that is jeera, long, syzymium, coriander sativum, धनिया. ये सब ड्रग्स वॉलेटाइल ऑयल कंटेनिंग ड्रग्स हैं और जब इसके अंदर से वॉलेटाइल ऑयल आपका मेन एक्सट्रैक्ट कर लिया जाता है तो ये लाइटर इन शेड हो जाती हैं एंड ऐसे सेल की जाती है. Then fourth is admixture. Admixture means addition of another part through accident, ignorance or carelessness. In this examples, our stem portion are mixed along with leaf sometimes in case of dhatura. When you have to collect the dhatura stem portion, then sometimes leaf also comes. So this is basically the admixture and this is harmless. Then comes the sophistication. Sophistication means addition of a spurious or inferior material to an article with an intent. जान के पूछ के किया जाता है. Then drugs which are in the form of powders. Sophistication में basically आपके powder drug के साथ की जाती है. For example, addition of the wheat flour to the powdered ginger. Wheat flour को ऐड कर दिया जाता है जिंजर के साथ with the enough capsicum to restore the pungency. साथ में capsicum ऐड कर दी जाती है ताकि जिंजर की जो पंजेंट ऑर्डर है वो मेंटेन रहे एंड करक्यूमा टू मेंटेन द कलर, ताकि और उसमें साथ में करक्यूमा हल्दी डाल दी जाती है येलो कलर के लिए। नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल इज पाउडर्ड सिनेमन बार्क एडल्ट्रेटेड विद अ ब्रिक पाउडर। सिनेमन मींस दालचीनी, उसको एडल्ट्रेट किया जाता है ब्रिक पाउडर मीन तो क्या आपके ब्रिक के पाउडर के साथ। Then comes the artificially manufactured substances also. Artificially manufactured में हम क्या करते हैं? The drug is adulterated with a substance which has been prepared artificially. For example, properly cut, shaped basswood for nutmeg. Yellow colored paraffin for beeswax. Beeswax को substitute किया जाता है yellow color paraffin wax के साथ, उसको कलर करके ब्लीच करके यूज कर सकते हैं हम beeswax की तरह। Then use of synthetic drugs. Sometimes synthetic chemicals are also used to enhance the natural character. For example, citral. It is added to the citrus oils for gaining for the similar substance like smell, like oil of the lemon and oil of orange में आपका citral add कर दिया जाता है. This is the sophistication powder. Now comes the types of adulterants. Types of adulterants. There are various types of adulterants. ये क्या किस किस चीजों से किया जाता है? It is somewhat similar to the stages of adulterant. So first one is substitution with the standard commercial varieties, जो आपकी मार्केट में varieties आ रही हैं उनसे. Then substitution with the superficially similar but inferior drug, जो दिखने में एकदम से superficially similar होंगी but low in quality होंगी. Then third one is substitution with the artificial manufactured substance. Artificially आपने manufacturing कर ली और फिर उसको आप add कर रहे हो. Then comes the substitution with the exhausted drug. Exhausted mean उसमें से आपने जो भी केमिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट से एक्सट्रैक्ट कर लिए हैं. Then presence of vegetative matter from the same plant, that is admixture like condition. Then harmful adulteration, adulteration of powders. So now first one is the substitution with the standard commercial varieties. Standard commercial varieties means जो मार्केट में आपकी standard commercial varieties आ रही हैं उन्हीं से आपको substitute कर रहे हो. Adulterants used here may resemble original crude drug by morphology, chemical और therapeutic character से मिलते हैं, but are standard in nature and hence cheaper in cost. cheap सब standard होते हैं. ये most common practice है ये adulteration की. इसमें example वही आ जाते हैं आपका strychnus nux blenda और strychnus potato को जब substitute इनसे किया जाता है, strychnus nux vomica substandard आप standard quality है, इनको substandard से कर दिया. Then capsicum minimum is replaced by capsicum annum, Indian senna with the Arabian senna. Then substitution with the exhausted drugs. In the same drug is admixed, but it is devoid of any medicinal active constituents. उसके अंदर कोई भी अब active constituent नहीं बचा है, as they are already extracted out. Though this is common in the volatile oil drugs like fennel, clove, coriander, and caraway. Some natural characters like color and taste are manipulated by the other additives and are substituted. Like artificial coloring of saffron. आप केसर में से आपने crocus sativus में से निकाल लिया constituent, but artificial एक color दे देते हैं ताकि आपको लगे this is the original saffron. Then comes the presence of vegetative matter from the same plants. In this, the other plant growing with the medicinal plants have the same appearance, order, and some cases constituents are used as adulterants. For example, lower plants like moss, liverworts, epiphytes grown in a bark portion are mixed with the cascara or cinchona bark. अगर cinchona bark आपने देखी है तो उसके ऊपर कुछ कुछ छोटे छोटे लोअर प्लांट्स भी साथ में आ जाते हैं लाइक moss, liverworts and epiphytes जो bark portion पे हो रहे हैं. जब हम कलेक्ट करते हैं bark को तो वो भी साथ में आ जाते हैं. And second example is a stem portion mixed with the leaf drugs of stramonium, lobelia and senna. Then comes the substitution with the artificial manufactured substances. इसमें क्या करते हैं हम substance prepared to resemble original drug. एकदम से original artificially manufacture कर लेते हैं resemble करे original drug से, and this practice is done for the costlier drugs. जो आपके बहुत ही महंगे drugs होते हैं उनके लिए ये practice follow की जाती है. For example, compressed chicory in place of coffee. Coffee की जगह आप chicory को use कर देते हैं. Then paraffin mix को yellow color कर देते हैं and substitute it for beeswax. And properly cut and shape basswood for the nutmeg. It is a figure given of beeswax and paraffin wax. This is bleach and color yellow, and then it is used in place of the beeswax, paraffin wax. Then adulteration of the powders. Powders are frequently adulterated, easily हो जाते हैं, बस similar color चाहिए. Like examples इनके dextrin in epic है, powdered licorice और gentian admixed with a powder of olive stones. Then exhausted ginger को हम कर दिए जाते हैं करते हैं with a powder in colocin, तो ginger के साथ exhausted ginger जो बिल्कुल उसके अंदर से extract हो चुके हैं chemical constituents. Sandalwood in capsicum. Powdered bark is adulterated with brick powder also. Like this is the powder of brick powder and red chili powder. This is brick powder. It can be added in the red chili powder. And now at the last we came to the what are the disadvantage of adulteration. Disadvantage of adulteration are the adulteration, it can cause denaturation, degradation of the product also. Adulteration, it may lead to the deterioration of your product. It may completely destroy the active constituent. It may cause artificial scarcity of the drug also. Artificial scarcity, it is genuine scarcity is not there, but to enhance the profit there, a condition comes like artificial scarcity of the drug, that it can also leads to the damage of the dosage form. Adulteration, it can also lead to the altering of the drug nature. It may cause damage to the patient also. It cause the death of the patient. It may cause an unwanted side effects in the patient. It led to the increase the price of the product, to increase the formulation price to the dosage form. It can also lead to the damage of the containers also. Say so these all about the adulteration, kinds of adulteration, types of adulteration, and stages of adulteration. Thank you so much.